At Amsterdam University Medical Center, Kelly received a small electronic device implanted beneath her collarbone that would deliver electrical signals to stimulate her left vagus nerve and, we hoped, activate her anti-inflammatory reflex to stop her excessive inflammation. Within weeks, Kelly was walking without a cane for the first time since she was a teenager. 8 weeks later, she was in clinical remission, free of gastrointestinal symptoms, running 2 miles a day and working out. A few months later, she was finally weaned off prednisone, leaving her medication-free. I still hadn't met Kelly at that point, but tears blurred the words on the screen as I read her email and learned of her triumph. Imagine living through her suffering, or maybe you don't have to imagine. Maybe you, like Kelly, are one of the more than 500 million people worldwide with an autoimmune disease. Or maybe, like Kelly's husband and father and mother, you love someone who is. Maybe you don't have a diagnosis, but inflammation affects you in some other way. In fact, inflammation affects nearly all of us. Kelly's email update continued. Now that we have returned, I am planning the rest of my life, something I haven't been able to do in years. I have been fortunate to befriend Kelly in the years since, and we even became colleagues when she made it her mission to advocate for access to bioelectronic medicine for everyone who might benefit. She gave me the cane she doesn't need anymore as a token of her gratitude for the medical research that led to the small implant next to her collarbone, safe as a pacemaker, and gave her back her life. The cane leans against the bookshelf in my office with the same big white bow attached to the handle as when she presented it to me, a card from her still taped to the side. The shaft of the cane is swirly hot pink, and every time I look at it, I think how perfect and how terrible to get a cheerful pink cane to help you walk when you're a teenager. 6 years after Kelly's grateful email, Setpoint Medical continues clinical testing of a newer, even tinier vagus nerve stimulating device to treat people with rheumatoid arthritis in the United States. The Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has assigned a breakthrough designation to the technology, and my hope is that it will soon enter the treatment armamentarium for physicians to prescribe nationwide. Patients are clamoring for a new option to treat inflammation. Their current therapies are expensive, are often administered as injections, have dangerous side effects, and don't always help. The side effects of these powerful immunosuppressant drugs are dangerous enough to warrant a black box warning from the FDA, the direst red flag available when one possible side effect is death. The advent of vagus nerve stimulators, like Kelly's, raises hope for future patients being offered safer alternatives to today's limited treatments. Today, thanks to antibiotics, vaccines, and modern sanitation, we reasonably expect to live to old age. Most of us die from non-infectious causes: heart disease and stroke, diabetes and obesity, neurodegeneration as in Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's, and cancer account for 2/3 of the 60 million human deaths each year. That statistic may not have surprised you, but what many people don't know is that these are all diseases of inflammation. And this tally does not count the millions more who suffer from autoimmune diseases and other inflammatory conditions during their lives.